Rembrandt Harmenszoon van Rijn, one of the most celebrated artists of the Dutch Golden Age, is often admired for his technical skill, emotional depth, and innovative use of light and shadow. Yet, beneath the mastery of his technique and the gravitas of his subject matter lies an often overlooked facet of his artistry: his subtle, wry, and sometimes mischievous sense of humor. Rembrandt's humor, while not immediately apparent to modern viewers, can be discerned through his self-portraits, genre scenes, and even some of his religious works, where playful or satirical elements reveal his wit and ability to connect with the human experience. My name is AWOL. If you enjoy offbeat topics with an intellectual bent, please be sure to check out some of my other videos. Rembrandt's self-portraits are perhaps the clearest expression of his humor. Over his lifetime, he created around 80 self-portraits, many of which reflect a willingness to poke fun at himself. In his self-portrait with Saskia in the scene of the prodigal son in the tavern circa 1635, Rembrandt depicts himself and his wife, Saskia, in a moment of boisterous revelry. Dressed in extravagant, almost absurdly opulent clothing, Rembrandt raises a glass with a cheeky grin, embodying a caricature of indulgence. While the image might symbolize the biblical parable of the prodigal son, it also reads as a humorous, self-aware commentary on the artist's own enjoyment of life's pleasures. Similarly, his self-portrait as Zeuxis laughing 1662 is another example of his humor. Here, Rembrandt portrays himself as the ancient Greek painter Zeuxis, who, according to legend, died laughing while painting an old woman as Helen of Troy. The painting captures Rembrandt mid-laugh, wrinkles and all, seemingly embracing the folly of human vanity and the absurdities of life, including his own aging visage. Rembrandt's humor also shines through in his depictions of everyday life. His etching The Rat Catcher, 1632, presents a common tradesman in a slightly exaggerated, almost grotesque manner. The rat catcher's bulbous nose and crude demeanor hint at the comedic caricatures popular in Dutch art of the time. Through such works, Rembrandt both engages with and gently mocks the quirks and follies of ordinary people. In his painting The Holy Family with a Curtain, 1646, a tender domestic scene of Mary, Joseph, and the infant Jesus is infused with a subtle humor that only reveals itself upon closer inspection. The painting includes an onlooker peeking out from behind a curtain, as if intruding on this sacred moment. This figure, perhaps a playful nod to the viewer or even a self-referential joke, disrupts the solemnity of the scene, adding a light-hearted touch to an otherwise reverent composition. Even in his religious paintings and etchings, where solemnity might be expected, Rembrandt occasionally inserts a sense of humor. For instance, in The Blinding of Samson, 1636, while the scene is undoubtedly dramatic and violent, the exaggerated expressions and almost theatrical gestures of the figures add a layer of absurdity. The Philistine soldiers, scrambling and contorted, appear both menacing and comically chaotic, highlighting the unpredictable, almost slapstick nature of human folly. Another example is his Joseph accused by Potiphar's wife, 1655. The work captures a moment of intense drama, but the positioning of the characters, Joseph caught mid-flight, Potiphar's wife clutching his cloak, feels deliberately staged, almost as if the artist were winking at the viewer. The humor lies in the over-the-top nature of the scene, reminding us of the theatricality inherent in human conflict. Rembrandt's sense of humor is an essential yet underappreciated aspect of his work. Whether through self-deprecating self-portraits, satirical genre scenes, or playful elements in religious compositions, he demonstrates a keen awareness of the absurdities of life and the human condition. His humor is not overt or bawdy, but rather nuanced, often emerging in subtle details or the context of the scene. This lightheartedness adds depth and relatability to his work, showcasing not just a masterful artist, but a man who understood and embraced the complexities of life, laughter included. If you enjoyed this essay, please be sure to subscribe and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Thanks and have a wonderful day.